Welcome back. I'm Ray Franze. I've been an options trader on Chicago's financial exchanges for the last 30 years. It's our hope here at 6 Degrees to give concise insight into what happened in the markets this week and what the market's looking forward to in the week ahead. It's May 12th, 2025. This is Market Wrap, and let's get into it. When we last spoke, the market was kind of in flux. The S&Ps were trading between 55 and 5,600, and the NASDAQ was trading around 19,775, and the market was just waiting for good or bad tariff news. Well, on Friday, President Trump said to the public, you should buy stock. And that was right after our Treasury Secretary said that we're looking forward to a good weekend ahead of talks. Well, over the weekend, we saw the good news come out. S&Ps were up 4% today, about 186 points. NASDAQ over 800-point gain, a rally about 4% today. Big gains, okay? The United States and China are both looking forward to moving ahead as soon as possible. The VIX, the S&P 500 Volatility Index, people call it the Fear Index. In past episodes, I had indicated that during regular trading, the VIX is in the low to mid-teens. Today, the VIX index was down 15.5%, and it was trading around 18.4. So as we saw this VIX kind of getting into this normalcy range, so that markets were very pleased to see the announcement of that trade deal this weekend. The S&Ps are around 5860. The NASDAQ was around 20,780-ish. So like I said, those were a 4% gain for NASDAQ, a 3.5% gain for the S&P 500, really strong. We saw crypto kind of lead the way before stocks last week. Cryptos kind of led the rally, just like they led the break before this all started. Bitcoin, about a week ago, was trading around 95,000. And at that point, Morgan Stanley said it had a large enough market cap for the United States to be able to hold it as a reserve currency, which is about a $1.9 trillion valuation for Bitcoin's market cap. Well, today it traded above 104,000. It's right around 102,000. It's all-time high, 109. Solana was trading around 150 a week ago. It traded up to 177 today. I think it's around 174. It was down at 100 about a month ago. XRP trading around 252, and that was around 216 a week ago. So everything's shown substantial gains off the positive tariff news. And honestly, we said it was going to happen. We hoped that President Trump was going to get deals done. It looks like it is. At the same time, with this good news in the market and the stock market rebounding, what we have seen is that the market is taking market cuts off the table for June. A week or so ago, June had 2 cuts priced in. As of today, 0. September has 1 cut priced in instead of 2.5. December, we have 2.5 cuts priced in. We had a point of cuts priced in just a couple weeks ago. So with the market rebounding, the economy looking like it could get back on solid ground, recession fears are subsiding, and thus the number of rate cuts are being taken off the table. Stock market would really like to see a rate cut in June, but as of today, the market's saying no cuts for June, and now you have to wait for the September meeting. That's interesting. We know President Trump really is looking for lower rates, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a give and take. And we're going to see probably lower rates, but the market is going to digest the tariffs and it's going to digest these trade deals and the tariffs before they really jump forward. They want to make sure that we have inflation under control and it's not going one way or another. That being said, tomorrow we have consumer price index, really big inflationary or deflationary matrix. So the market's really looking forward to that number tomorrow. So buckle up. We had a big rally today, but it's quite possible if the market sees serious inflation, the market might pull back because they're afraid that we're going to see fewer cuts. And stocks and stock market really like low rates. So we're going to have to wait and see. Right now, we had 2 cuts priced in for June. It's down to 0. We had 4 cuts priced in through the end of the year. We're down to about 2. So market volatility looks like it's normalizing according to the VIX index, and the S&P 500 is maybe about 600 or 700 points off its all-time high. You know, it could do that, you know, in a few days if it wanted to. So the markets are really looking for a reason to continue rallying. Cryptos are really looking on like they're on solid ground. In fact, another good piece of crypto news that came out on May 6th is New Hampshire became the first state to legalize it to hold cryptocurrency or precious metals as reserve currency. So congratulations to the live free or die state. You can now hold a cryptocurrency with a market cap of over $500 billion in reserve. You're the first state of many that are looking to do this. And as we have already said, the United States government is looking to hold a Bitcoin reserve. So good news is out there. Hang on tight because the market will do a 180 and break hard with any piece of bad news. But right now, it's looking like the tariff news is behind us. We're looking to move forward. Really, possibly the only thing that's going to pull back this market if the tariff deals hold would be a geopolitical disruption. And right now, that's actually looking very positive. So the bears might have to start scratching their head because things are looking okay for now. But tune in shortly. We're going to come back with a market wrap in a couple days and see how we're reacting to the numbers that we have coming up. We got CPI, we got PPI this week, and we have a plethora of Fed speakers. So buckle up. This week's not over. We might not be out of, hot water yet, but it's looking better. That's it for now. And remember, if you have any questions, send them to Market Wrap with Ray. If I'm able to answer them, I will in an upcoming episode. And don't forget, everybody, the trend is your friend. Pigs get slaughtered. Trading isn't investing, and only trade what you're willing to lose. Peace.